Welcome back. And today we're going off a weekly structure that fundamentally began to change my physique and what I then started implementing more with my clients. And now most people don't see it like this. It's very rare that you need a better workout. What actually is more the sticking point is that you need a better weekly structure. Because the problem isn't the singular individual sessions, but how those sessions piece together. All right, we'll get into it. But again, welcome. I'm Joe. I'm a strength and conditioning coach, and I've got 14 years of experience with client-facing coaching, online, and running a gym. And this weekly structure right here is honestly the thing that changed my progress and my clients' progress the most. And it's not because it's magic at all, or it's the perfect program, but because fundamentally it's repeatable. And as we know, repeatable means consistency, means progress. Week to week, most people are quite reactive and generally train fairly reactive to their emotions. Monday is generally super highly motivated, so you destroy the workout. Tuesday, Wednesday, you're still on a bit of a high, but then the week starts to grab hold of you a little bit, whether it's the stresses from work, the stresses at home, whether it's the calorie deficit that you're in, whatever it is, energy starts to subside. And so Wednesday, Thursday, Friday starts to become a little bit shit in comparison to the Monday, Tuesday. Not only that, but then we've obviously got the knock-on effect of what that has, which is then the weekend ends up being a fuck it weekend from a nutrition standpoint. So we end up generally either standing still or slowly but surely going backwards. And we catch ourselves all the time saying, I'll start again Monday, or I just need more structure, or I need more time, or I need to find the right plan. The plan's not the problem. It's the structure you're trying to manage that is. So after over the years, stripping everything back and understanding the requirements needed for each individual client and myself from a training principle perspective, the conclusion I drew was full body sessions was pretty much the right answer. Now bear with me, this doesn't mean it's fluffy and rubbish and body pumpy at all. It means we use undulating periodization throughout the week to make sure that we hit not only the full body 3 times a week as a minimum, but also we hit varying rep ranges through each of those sessions throughout all the body parts. So it's no longer an arm day, a chest day, a back day, a shoulder day, kind of bro split, but actually 3 to 4 sessions that move the needle forwards towards the goal that you're working towards. And each one of those sessions can then be manipulated to actually a specific outcome, whether it's strength driven, whether it's endurance, whether it's hypertrophy, whatever it might be. But the structure remains the same. Because let's be honest, as a pretty busy adult, you don't have time to spend more time in the gym. So you actually, what we need to do is we need to build a better stimulus to drive those adaptations that we want in a short space of time to make your training as efficient as possible. And that's exactly what we do within the FBC training program. And we utilize, as I say, undulating periodization and full body splits within reason to drive that stimulus. And then we go through training blocks, which we can go into in another video, that then undulate through different focuses. So that might be strength, we might then go into hypertrophy, then we might go into power, then we go into an accumulation, and then we repeat. Whatever it might be, specific to your goal that you're working towards. But the structure still, as I say, remains roughly the same. What this then means is that you're not smashing the same rep range, session in, session out. You're not doing the same bunch of movement patterns, session in, session out. Not every chest movement is going to be a press. Some may be a fly, some may be incline, some may be decline. It varies across the week, not only from an angle perspective, but also from a rep range perspective. So we're driving different stimulus. Always remembering that strength, no matter what you're training for, should always remain the foundation. That and movement quality. Because that's fundamentally the driver for not only muscle mass increase, but also driving like movement efficiency and therefore power and force production. Then around that, again, depending on your goal, we can then begin to layer cardio specific to the outcome that you're wanting into it. Because again, we're only doing 3 strength sessions a week. And given the season that you're in, we can fluctuate as to what that looks like. It might be 4 strength sessions, 1 cardio, 3 strength sessions, 2 cardio, or no cardio at all, depending on the stresses and strains on your life at that given time. And that's part of the coaching process to make sure you're consistent day in, day out, week out, no matter the season you're going through. And by doing all this, it not only improves your efficiency, your repeatability, and therefore your consistency, it also improves your overall recovery. because you're not taking everything to failure. You're not training one singular muscle group with a load of junk volume that's driving your central nervous system into the ground to then do that again the next day on a different muscle group that doesn't need that much stimulus. Because the goal with training isn't to survive and isn't to batter the body, it's to make the body adapt and grow and develop. So you, not only in your training, but in your psychology around training, can evolve. And then outside of training, obviously, we just look at nutrition and then steps. So our daily movement is just elevated ever so slightly, again, depending on the goal that we're wanting to work towards. Everything is always independent to you, right? But I come back to the fact that the 3 full body sessions becomes the foundation focus of everything we want to do. Because once we have those 3 sessions in place, what we can then utilize is the nutrition support to drive the goal focus a little bit faster so the results further compound. When the results further compound, you fundamentally become more bought in, you fundamentally see more progress, you fundamentally see those compounding results, so you become more bought in to that program. Whether it's from me or another coach, it doesn't matter. But what ends up happening is the more you get bought in, the more effort you put in, the more you get out. Standard return on investment, right? And because it's all manageable, it's therefore repeatable. And you no longer have to have a motivational talk to yourself on a Monday and then feel guilty on Wednesday when you feel fucked. Because actually, we've built the rest and recovery in, we've built the progressions in, and we're hitting varying rep ranges so your central nervous system gets a little bit of a break. And when you get a bit of a break, what we can then do is actually drive that recoverability. Because yes, you need to go to the gym, but 2, you need to be able to recover from the work that you put in. Because if you can't, it's not going to come to a lot. So zooming out across all of that, you've got 3 strength sessions, 2 additional cardio sessions that you can add in if you want, zone 2 and a threshold, and that can be on any piece of equipment, or it could be a mixed modality session. Some daily movement and structured nutritional awareness. That is it. It sounds like a lot. It's not. When we boil it down to that simple structure properly, that can fundamentally change people's lives. It changed mine, and it changes all of my clients when they come in, because they've always thought, fuck, this stuff's really hard. It's really complicated. It's really difficult to adhere to. It's really difficult to stick to. I never see results. I can't do this. I've never been able to do that. All of a sudden, they can start doing it. When they start doing it, that builds the evidence that they can. When it builds the evidence that they can and that you can or could too, what ends up happening is you get more bought in, you get the more results compound. Because honestly, it's not that you need more information. It's not that you need a better program. It's not that you need more exercises. It's not that you need to be doing more. It's not that you need a more restrictive or clean diet at all. It's the complete opposite to that. Generally, it's actually we need to be doing less, but less done better. Because then, no matter what the variables of your week bring, it's adaptable. And if it's adaptable, it's repeatable. So if your training right now feels a little bit chaotic, a little bit front end heavy, i.e. you're smashing Monday, Tuesday, and then fucking off by the end of the week, it's probably because you're trying to do too much and the structure's not working for you. And that means that you're not getting consistent results, you're not making consistent progress, and therefore you potentially feel a little bit disheartened with the whole training thing. If that's the case, utilize this structure, strip it right back, and build off those foundations of strength and then the undulating periodization throughout the week, because by doing that, the body will start to adapt. And ultimately, your body then reflects the systems that you use rather than the intentions you have in your head, you even speak, but never fully come to fruition. Anyway, the takeaway today is 3 full body sessions, 2 cardio sessions, whether it's zone 2, mixed modality, threshold, whatever it might be. A simple nutrition structure that you can adhere to that brings food awareness, and that is it. Nothing more, nothing less, nothing complex. The key thing you have to do now with this information is go and fucking action it. And if you're not sure how to action it, drop me a message. I can help you out. But most importantly, if you found this video helpful, drop a follow and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.